Is good? What is good? What is good? I hope everyone is well. What is good? What is good? What is good? I hope everyone is well once again for the third time. What is good? What is good? What is good? I hope everyone is well. This is your girl Nala-Ife for Nala-Ife Talks Live, unscripted and off the chain. Okay, y'all, we've come to a point, and I'm excited. I'm excited. This is the end of one thing, but the beginning of an child. Hold on, one moment. Hold on, 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, child. I had to go get my water. I'm like, hold on, before I get to talking wide, bitch. Wide mouth. Anyway. Whew. Okay. That's better. Okay. Child, we are doing our final all signs reading for this channel officially. Okay. And this, I'm hoping it's a good read. We got 3 decks. So, in the spirit of the triplicity of things, I'm going to be looking at stuff with the goal of going Aries through Pisces for all signs, okay? Going from sign to sign. So, let me first say shout out to BB. Girl, I see you in the house. What's up? Much love to you. Honey, I had to come over here and get my water, okay? We are going to be doing again happy birthday to all. Before I forget my manners, happy birthday to all of my Sagittarius sons, whether you are a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp, a Sagittarius, or Sagittarius Capricorn. Happy birthday. May many blessings fall upon you this year and the next years to come. There's so much to be gained in your birthday season. And now that we are here, Godspeed to you in all of your endeavors. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your month, child. Enjoy your season. Enjoy your year and years to come. Okay, so happy birthday to all of my Sagittariuses. Okay, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to get this particular reading taken care of on our new channels where you actually see me face to face and you got the background, honey, the city going on. But we will make up for it, as I am going to be making up for Scorpio's reading as well. I didn't do a official Scorpio season reading, okay? But I am going to be coming back for those of you who have Scorpio placements and doing a special reading for my Scorpios. And since this is an all sign reading, I wanted to make sure I touched on that, so that as you're listening, fast forwarding, rewinding, whatever, and you're checking for your sun, moon, and rising, that you will have that information. What's so awesome is that with the new channels, you'll see the cards, and you'll obviously see me, but it adds an extra layer to the perception of the reading. And we're going to go old school, but we're innovating past what we set up originally and bringing back what Nala-Ife Tarot, or at the time it was Innerelement.tarot. We are reintroducing it, but innovating past what we structured, and I'm excited. I am excited about that. A lot of the readings, when they're per sign, whether they're done weekly, we will have some general readings, we will have some elemental readings, and we will have the individual signs readings. But we are going to be placing those on the naughty Neptunian. So some readings will not be based on just zodiac, okay? So I'm going to help familiarize you with other ways to become familiar with yourself by introducing new ways to, at least to me, and to Inner Element Tarot and Nala-Ife and Ife Nation, new ways for you to see how you show up in the world, or how things may unfold for you based on new lenses, okay? So not just your zodiac, though we're not going to take anything from that is something that will remain, but sometimes it gets kind of complacent when we stick to certain things. And I know myself, I cannot allow myself to get bored. And I'm not going to lie, child, I be getting bored. So I want other things that we can incorporate, which also help assist you in getting to know yourself in the many ways that you have been patterned spiritually, and give you some assessment of what is to come up. So we're going to do a lot more pre-recording readings on the naughty Neptunian. On Nala the Neptunian, I will do live streams, but we're going to get more into some knowledge base as it relates to things such as divination, tarot, but astrology, history, mythology as well, okay, various forms of sciences, my points of views in starting conversations, okay. So along with doing readings, that hub won't be as centralized for tarot as the naughty Neptunian would be. The naughty Neptunian is going to be exactly the way it sounds. We are looking to start some shit in order to get us out of the shit, okay? So it is meant to be a conversation starter, okay? So just look at it that way. The readings can vary. They may even change up. The theme and style of readings may change up month to month. And as our channel grows, we will obviously have different bulletin boards and things that we make announcements. Until then, you can help us out, show your support by checking us out on Instagram, and that is at Nala, NALADTHE, Neptunian, NEPTUNIAN, okay, on Instagram. And you can also follow me at Bey Fortunate. That is our like flagship Instagram page, okay? That one is kind of like, our flagship. I'm going to be cleaning that up over the next couple of months to year. So the one that you want to follow as it relates to our channel here on YouTube is going to be at Nala the Neptunian on Instagram. We are also doing TikTok, so I'm going to have some TikTok content dropping soon, and as we get closer to the new year and in the new year. So I'll be giving you those things as well. Right now, I'm setting up the pages, but if you wanted to go ahead and jump over there, you can. I believe it is at Nala the Neptunian, but I want to make sure I have it set up, and that way you can just click a couple of links that we have in our description box or in our about section on YouTube, so that you can go and subscribe and follow in all of those places, okay? As we grow, I want you to be a part of the process. You've been here this long, so that's really, really cool, and I really appreciate it. I will also be launching our website along with opening up the way that we do our readings, and so we'll talk about that here, because in the new year there will be new ways to reach out to me to book your readings. There will be discount codes or discount cards for certain members to receive certain perks, okay, for the services that they purchase with us, and products that will be coming up here soon, okay? So like I said, we got new shit coming up. I'm excited to pioneer this way of doing things in this vision, and I am even more excited to see those who join the journey, okay? And the many ways that, these things can be expressed with other people. So that is huge, okay? So, child, let's get into this. We got a lot. So, I'm hoping that I can fit everyone in, okay? I'm hoping that I can fit everyone in for the reading, all right? And I want YouTube to send out my my notification, so to get us together, child. Because what I'm going to start with, the Cardinal Signs, okay? So I'm getting the cards together. Give me just a moment. I hope you guys had a happy holiday, or that you're having a happy holiday. I know people are running around, traveling, doing what they need to do, as much as you can have, considering the nature of things, I definitely hope that at least the most positive parts of it, you were able to have, child. So I got to catch up on my YouTube, my favorite YouTube content creators, and see what they were talking about over the weekend, honey, because in between working and doing readings and architecting out the things that I want to do from a business standpoint and from a personal standpoint, this is my end of the year inventory, okay? So I'm doing an inventory on the things that I have learned about myself, and the things that I have accomplished, and the things that I want to accomplish that I may have not, and really looking over. Like, I'm taking those assessments, so I encourage each and every one of you who have been, patient enough to listen to this message here, to do a inventory, okay? Make sure that I encourage you to do an inventory before you get into 2022 and start goal setting, okay? Start goal setting, and just no matter what happens, no matter whether you hit the goal or not, or you have to reformat your goals. You may have to change some things up, or it may not be, the goal may not be of the same importance. Nonetheless, there's nothing wrong with getting yourself in a structured mind state to allow for you to be flexible. That's kind of the way I look at it, is let me go ahead and lay down the foundation and the groundwork, and then, if we need to be flexible, then let's be flexible. We can add joints to this structure so that we can come out of the box. We can make more room. We can make these walls a little bit detachable to add more room, okay? We can do renovation. We don't have to be stuck in a box, honey. We can create whatever we need to. We can draw any type of shape, okay? But at least have a pen and a piece of paper to get started. That's all I'm saying. Get your tools ready. So that may relate to you spiritually, okay? This is a message that may relate to you spiritually as well. We're going to do a collective 3-card pull. So before we get started, I am going to start with cardinals, okay? I'm going to start with who I deem as the generals of the zodiac. So cardinal, you can look at this for your sun, moon, rising, okay? Then I'm going to go over to our fixed, okay? Those who hold it down, the bosses of the zodiac, the royalty of the zodiac, and then I'm going to end with the mutable, and the mutables are going to be our superheroes of the zodiac, okay? All right, because they encompass all of the energies, all right? They encompass all of the energies, and they also come in and save us when we're kind of in a fixed or a position of not being able to start or move forward. They enlighten us on sometimes what's on the other side of things, so that we can start creating bridges. There are bridges. There we go. The mutables are our bridges. They're our connectors, okay? They are like the synapses, if we had to compare them to what they do. They're the synapses, they're the bridges, they are the energetic points to which we plug in, or where to plug in the socket. That is going to be where we that's going to be the points that our mutables are. And just in case you're not familiar what I mean, cardinals represents a modality of starters, okay? The generals, the starters, the ones who get things going. The fixed is another modality, which is what sustains a thing, what allows it to actually ground itself, to be, okay? The strength of a thing, the magnitude of a thing, the body, okay? The body of it. And our mutables are going to be those who are able to flow in many different ways, and their position is to be flexible and mobile, okay? So they're not fixed, they're not starting, they are mobile in their application as a way, like a bridge to wherever we're going, okay? So we even see that. What's going on, BB girl? You are so welcome. You're so welcome. We're going to start out with a collective reading. I would highly recommend, if you are here listening to the collective or trying to understand what the structure is going to be for the reading, that you listen to the whole beginning before we get into the reading, just so you'll understand, or you can get some pointers, okay, of some key things, because everything that I'm talking about here also in itself is a channeling of some helpful advice, okay? I will speak on these things again as I go through each segment, all right? So just keep that in mind. But we're going to start off with the general reading. So let's get a general read for the collective that tunes in, okay? We'll get 3 cards from 3 different energies, okay? And we're doing 3 to celebrate and to initiate, me being Capricorn, okay? To initiate in a mutable season of Sagittarius, the triplicity of our experience, okay? Where we go from the dual nature of one and the other, which exists at the same time. Not one is responsible for the other's creation. Each are sustaining, self-sustaining, and those flow into the triple energy, which is the blend or the interface of the 2 opposites, okay? So that is what comes out, just like, think of it like a husband, wife, and then the child, okay? Or the divine Trinity, okay? So we are in a triplicity kind of energy, and we need 3 more shuffles, okay? 3 more shuffles for this deck, okay? Okay. We got this first card, okay? Let's get the second card for the collective. What are the messages for the collective? The messages for the collective. What are the messages for the collective? That, all right. And what is out of the third and final deck? What are the messages for the collective? And I'm gonna read these together, okay? Messages for the collective. One more. Okay. All right. Ooh, I love these. Let's flip these guys over. We have the 9 of coins. And you know something that really looks good? Okay, this is going to be very connected to mutable energy, and in a way of Virgo energy. And this is self-sufficiency. This is where hard work starts to provide a harvest, okay? The 9 of Pentacles denotes a person who on their own, from their own hard work, their own ingenuity, their own genius, okay? Here in Sagittarius season, the harvest for us all in this Jupiterian energy is one where we stand tall on our own, okay? We stand tall on the ingenuity of the seeds that we've planted, okay? So collectively, for those of you who've planted your own seeds, you've harvested your own understanding, you have harvested your own dreams. These are things that you did with your hard work. No one had to guide you. If anything, you willingly went and sought out, you yourself sought out a mentor, okay? And you allowed the wisdom to sit with you, and you made best use of that knowledge. You have a really, really good season coming in, especially as we come into Capricorn season, okay? It's not about anyone else. This is such an individual position because it's not about the world around you. The world around you may differ from what is actually happening in your experience. But in your experience, you are going to start seeing the chickens come home to roost. So if you've been, if you've been giving them good bird seed, okay, or if your plants, your final harvest will prove to be something that you're very proud of, okay? And the best thing is when we are satisfied personally. A lot of times the accolades externally are wonderful. I'm not going to take anything from it. It is on point. But it's a sad day to be a sad bitch if you can't feel proud about it personally, but what you present gives you public acclaim, but you know deep down inside it didn't come from your hard work, okay? Versus someone who, though they may not get the energy up front, that's fine, but guess what, they will. And it's something that they can produce over and over and over on their own. It is so ingenious, the application. And for those of you, especially my Sagittarians, with that Jupiterian beautiful benevolent energy, you are going to find personal satisfaction for all of the hard work that you've put in. So a lot of those things, we got the 9 of Pentacles. This is in alignment with Virgo, but let's look at what 9 is. The 9th house is Sagittarius. It is Jupiter in energy, and the Pentacles are Earth. So we will finally start seeing the manifestation for the seeds that we have planted. You see what I'm saying? Those who have done the hard work actually start to see the movement. Those tears actually started to water. Those tears, any tears, that's what watered your plant and watered your seeds and allowing for it to sprout, it to show, okay? That meditation, that dedication to self, that dedication to self-improvement will start to show up. It already is showing, but you start to notice it. You know how people can say, oh, I love what you do. And if you're an artist, you know what I mean by this. People say, I love what you do, but if you don't feel good about it, it's kind of like, well, thank you, but it's like it's empty. It falls empty on you. You are still not convinced. Well, this time around, you are convinced because you see it. You are finally getting the part that is so good and it feels so good. You cannot make this shit up. You can't fake this experience. You can't put on for this experience. This is something that has to be legitimate, right? It's when you are satisfied that everything that you did actually produced for you. And so collectively, for this collective and those who have been on the journey, applying it the way they need to and stand, especially with what we stand for. Now with the 9 of Pentacles as an individual, you are starting to see the makings of your hard work, and I am so excited for us, okay? I am so excited for us. And when I say the collective, like I said, it's the collective, okay? Because if I can't read for another vibration if my vibration is set. So if the vibration is similar, the aspirations are similar, then here you go. 9 of Pentacles. And I love this, okay? Shout out to all of my Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Risings, and also my Sagittariuses, because you guys are sponsoring this for our whole collective group and energy, okay? So this is so positive. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Oh, the next card we have the Ace of Pentacles, another Pentacle card, and this is abundance. Get the freak out of here. What did I tell you? Abundance. And I'm telling you, I've already seen the makings of it. I'm delivered. I am delivered. Okay. So Ace of Pentacles, this is Capricorn season coming up after Sagittarius season, of course, which gave us the blessing of the acknowledgement of our hard work, whether it is on ourselves or externally in the world, or both, okay? The triplicity of a thing, bringing the two together, and most of the time that's really what it is, because if you work hard on your inner self, it's also going to show up in the world as well, okay? And those who matter, they can see it in the quality of a thing. This is the Ace of Pentacles. So the way that I'm interpreting this is that once you acknowledge your personal, you come into full-on personal satisfaction, you see the confirmation, you know in your heart and your soul what it is that you have infused in your experience, and you start seeing confirmation, more than confirmation, actual, this is not Nine of Cups, which is just emotional satisfaction. This is not Nine of Swords where we're worried about if our ideas are real. This is not Nine of Wands where we are, able to push through with the endurance of the physicality of a thing. This is Nine of Pentacles. This is a physical, not an action, not a feeling, not a thought, but a physical representation and manifestation of one's work. Okay? So put that how you want to. What do you think physical is? Okay? Coinage. Okay? Nine of Coins, Nine of Pentacles. All right? And what you can do with that coinage as well. You're coming into your harvest. And then that is further supported by now the Ace of Pentacles, which is the Capricorn energy. Okay, this is the abundance. So it's the inner wealth, and that being confirmed, and then the abundance that then shows up to pour into the acknowledgement, so that it starts to flourish not only internally, which affects you emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Okay, obvious physical energy, but it starts to show up in the places that it needs to externally. This is great, okay? This is amazing. So again, Jupiterian energy, and then happy Venus Day. This is a Friday, so this is the combination of Jupiterian Venusian energy, where we have the expansion of a thing, but we have the beautiful unfolding of it, okay? And then Venus, when it retrogrades, you get to go back over the beauty of where you've come from and re-event something that you started. Now you can reintroduce it after you have reviewed it, okay? So listen to the words that I'm using. When Venus retrogrades, it is the time to reintroduce something that is retro, meaning something that you've already worked on, maybe had to put a little stop on it, or maybe walked away from it, but now you can see the new value in it and reintroduce it. So it's not completely new. It is reintroduced and re-innovated. And so it's refreshing and it's on time. And you're going to have the money and the resources and the allies to do it and make it happen. This is a collective reading. Amen. So we're not lacking in our group, okay? We are not lacking in our spiritual group. Whether we know you, I know you or not. If you are vibing on the same vibe that I'm on, you are in the same vibration, the same frequency, bingo. All right? Yes. And last but not least, we have the Two of Cups. Love. Okay? What was old is new again. What was old is new again. Okay? This is beautiful. I mean, this is Jupiter. And Jupiter right now is about to go into Pisces. So you think, what? This is going to be crazy. But this is the gifts that Jupiter, provides. And we're talking about, you have to have worked hard, because with Saturn being in Aquarius, which represents the collective conscious, if there wasn't structure put into a thing, if there wasn't work put into a thing, if there wasn't any earnestness, any integrity, it's not going to prosper. Not when you have Saturn broadcasting from the collective consciousness, which is Aquarius. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when you see things like this, then you can understand that it's not just Jupiter that's blessing you, but you're also getting the blessing from Saturn as well. This is incredible. It's incredible. Now that we have the Sun in Sagittarius, we're soon going to have Mercury here. Come on. Well, no, we do have Mercury here. Okay? And then when Mars comes in this thing, see me, I'm a Mars in 9th house, going into the 10th house. So I know about this. There is going to be an aggressive expansion on everything that you are harvesting. So it's not even this is the type of energy that gives you the gusto, the power, the conviction, okay, of a thing. But this is knowledgeable conviction. This is not, oh, I think, or I believe, or I just feel. This is physical manifestation to support the feelings. So there's going to be some relationships, okay? Some of us are getting to a point where we start to trust ourselves more, and thus we're working on ourselves, which actually makes room for something we didn't realize we wanted, but we start to see once it's here. We may have wanted it, but didn't understand how we needed it. And now I guess we are understanding how the need is there, but we don't feel like we're lacking. So when you feel like you're lacking, then what you bring to you is those who reflect lack. You understand what I'm saying? So I noticed from personal experience that once I addressed where I felt like I was lacking, then that's when I started to see things move forward for me, okay, and for my clients. Because what I was attracting wasn't lack. It wasn't just potential. It was full bodied. And then I had to address the hang-ups so that I could make sure I made best use and respect what I'm getting, the gifts that I'm getting, so that I make the best use of them instead of squandering them. And that's what hard work gives you. When things are, when you're copy paste, you don't get that kind of result. This is, if I copy paste, it's because I'm the one who wrote the blueprint. I'm the one who wrote the manual. I'm the one who provided the information. I'm the one who gave it, right? I'm the one who stepped out and said something in the way I said it, no matter what, how it was going to be received, because it came from my heart space. I'm the author of it. So you're starting to get your dividends back, okay? And all of the sources. Instead of, being drained, you're pulling from all sources, and you're cutting off false energy. So this is a great time to understand that what you are attracting to you is no longer parasitic, because you have an anti-parasite. And how you know this is because the people who you are attracting are solid. And it is of their interest that you stay solid. And so when you have that vortexing around you, the vibration is set in such a way that it can't be, a parasite can't hang on, because the vibration alone will zap it. It's kind of like, those bug zappers, or those like mosquito killers, or those moth killers, where the light is just so bright, but once they get up on it, it electrocutes them and they up out of here. That's kind of the energy that you want to envision for yourself. Okay? Is that when someone's looking and hovering and not able to emit that light themselves, that means that they don't have it. Or if it's a circumstance, or if it is your own personal demons trying to creep back up, as you're vibrating at a higher level, they don't have anywhere to sit. It starts to dispel the lies that you've even used to tell yourself. They can't exist in a place where you see proof and you have confirmation that those things were untruths. Okay? Now we're starting, we're doing a little bit more than hovering. We are now levitating. Okay? So, here we go. Let me tell you something. That dream I had, y'all, that was something else. So, listen, that's the collective reading. But we're going to move on to start with the cardinal signs. But that dream I had, baby, that was a multi-realm situation. So, I'm going to talk about that dream in another broadcast another time. But I will tell you that I went from being, how it went is the first thing that I supposedly woke up from. I went from being in a realm that was very much in the sky. Okay, very much. Now I understand it. At first I didn't, understand. I just knew I saw all of these things. And there were things of a nursery, okay, in this particular area, and there was like a new subdivision being built out. But what I kept seeing was that the wind was so high. I'm like, where the hell is this? I'm thinking that it's like a town in the mountains or whatever, because some of the, we have a lot of mountain towns here in Colorado, but even them, I'm like, the wind is not like this. This shit is crazy. This is like tornado, hurricane strength winds. But everybody was super like normal. And I was coming from, I guess, the place that I was with someone, and I was building out like this nursery kind of thing. And every home specialized in that. That's why I said nursery in the sky, because I wasn't the only one. Every home that was there had like a specialized area that was really beautiful, very beautiful. There was like an area for nursery, okay? And so obviously you know that there's a partnership going on. I'm not going to go all into all of that, but so that's happening, right? And then I go to the store. I didn't see myself drive. Now, mind you, the wind is high, but I didn't drive there. Okay? Just listen to me now. Okay, I'll go more into detail. I go to Walgreens. In Walgreens, I'm taking back these plated, like, how can I explain it? I don't know if there were soles, like you can add them to shoes, or you can put them on the bottom of shoes or put them in to shoes. But I was taking back them because it was something I didn't like about them, or they looked like they were flat. And see, I don't wear hard bottoms in the sense of flat shoes. And if I do, the way that they're styled, that wouldn't fit into the shoe, right? So I think I was taking them back because I didn't like them. But the keynote here is that they were magnetic. They were metal and they were magnetic. And the point of them was to, as you're walking, they are magnets or something that magnetizes. This is what I'm gathering as I'm now, reflecting back on it, to keep you on the ground. Like they were something that was magnetized, or copper or something like that, so that you can walk and not get blown away by this heavy wind, right? But obviously you're able to lift your legs up if you need to. But just standard walking, that's what you would do. That's what everyone would have for their shoes. I didn't like them. Okay, so I was taking back to Walgreens. And so there was that. And what I was noticing is that when I went back to my home, I saw the other homes, they were built, I didn't see any brick. What I saw was like, if you ever see those old southwestern towns where they had those old churches, it looks like the mason who was responsible for building the structure wasn't using brick. They may, if they do, they use it on the inside. I'm wondering if that's because if it's brick and that wind is so heavy, eventually the wind would cut the sides if there are joints and could release one of the bricks, which could cause a lot of damage. So the sides of the home were smooth, like a smooth mud or concrete. But I'm thinking it's mud because I know stucco when I see it, right? And it's expensive and it's nice, all right? Very insulating. And then the exposed parts of the home were, like I said, I would have to draw it, because if I draw it, I could show it, but they looked, imagine the modern day looking mini mansions is the way they looked. And mind you, the wind is really, 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 really heavy. So these homes had these huge bay windows, huge, but like for the home that was being built out, you saw that it was aerodynamic and wind resistant, meaning that the materials were meant to take, you know, wind speeds of hundreds of miles an hour without shattering. Okay, apparently the way that this was normal. Okay, so even down to the way the homes are built, the way that they're structured, the architecture of them, it takes to the wind. Okay, I guess the way that it was aerodynamic is that when the wind comes through, instead of it being like a huge block that then is receiving all of this pressure, the walls or the siding was like aerodynamic, so the wind would curve it off. So instead of it hitting against a surface and not having anywhere to go, it would kind of redirect the flow of the air, like bend the air, okay, with the way that these structures were made. And they were wonderful. But the thing I never saw, which I see in dreams, were cars. I didn't see one car. I put my hand on the Bible. Okay? I swear it on my life. Not one car. Not one car. It was such a sweet little dream, but then I woke up from it, and where I woke up was like real, like interesting, because it was like a hall. I was with some other ladies, okay? And some notable names too, but different people that don't have anything to do with each other, okay? Maybe this is what my mind made up. Because, dreams are a collection of what we, some things. Now, some dreams you are in a dimension, but sometimes some things will show up to be an example based on the quality of what it's supposed to represent, like whatever you're seeing is supposed to represent. So then, I'm going to get into the readings. Hold on. Everybody's hair is laid. I mean, my hair is laid, bitch, okay? Everybody's hair is laid. And what I remember is commenting to one of the ladies who were there how her perfume smelled. And she was, I mean, honey, I had a fur on. I had a sable. Okay, bitch. Okay. That lets you know we was, it was like, I'm going to be honest with you. It went from like a heavenly kind of situation to goddesses. We were, and everybody was, listen, we were drippy, bitch. Wasn't no, this ain't piecing it together. And I'm a piece it together queen. This wasn't no piecing together, honey. The watch I had on was heavy. You understand? It wasn't no, this is gold electroplated. It was heavy, bitch. The stonage was heavy. The coat was heavy. You know how you can see something that's real good, good quality, and the heavier it gets or the better it's sewn together, the quality of the fabric, it has more density to it, right? Baby, we was there, and it was just like regular life. People, you know, there was some disruption or something going on. But all I remember was being fabulous, okay? And bitch, I woke up from that. I was like, what the fuck? How you wake up twice? And when I woke up from the first one, I was looking at the crib and I was like, it was an orange crib, and I was like, but why didn't we get the one that moves? That's like self-soothing. You know what I'm saying? It like mimics rocking. I didn't say it, but I was thinking it. When I was looking at it, I was like, why we didn't get that? I didn't say it because it would have just been, I was thinking it though. And when I woke up from that, I looked around. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. And I didn't think anything of it because I'm like, if I'm around people that look like this, I'm going to look like this. Like this, you know, it didn't dawn on me. It was like completely normal. Even though that's not the way I live my life, bitch. This is not dynasty. It will be, you know, God willing. But that ain't my everyday. But for me, I didn't have a problem with what was going on. I didn't think it was abnormal. Okay? And people had, like, I just remember some people arguing. There was some drama. There was some, you know, whatever. But I just remember this sable I had on was sick, okay? So then I woke up to some bullshit. I was like, damn. I got a delivery and shit. This is fucked up. The fucking house phone rang. I was like, God damn it. Some motherfucking bullshit. I gotta get in here and do this. I gotta go pay this bill. I gotta hear my goddamn neighbor, stupid ass dog. But you know what I'm saying? It was like one of those, okay? And I'm not, when you wake up, I guess anyone would have been grumpy. You waking up from that, but I'm just letting you know. It was two different dimensions, like it was Inception, but I wasn't there doing a job. I was just there existing and living and being absolutely fabulous, which is what I do primarily every day, not to the exquisiteness that I saw, but you know, hey, it's on the way. It was great. It was fabulous, honey. That's all I can say. If anything, I feel as though it was a precursor to things. Maybe not in the extreme ways that it presented itself, but you know, I enjoyed it. But yeah, you can. I don't know if you guys. I have a 12th house moon, so I tend to astral travel, and I tend to dimension jump, whether I'm daydreaming or I'm asleep. So it's normal. And some people see me, and I see them too. But that's what you get when you have a lot of Neptunian. And I have Neptune conjunct my sun, which is why I call it the Neptunian, you know, sextile the same moon. I mean, trying the same moon that's in the 12th house. So it's just what I do, you know. I tend to go in and out. But anyhow, let's move on. We're going to start with cardinal. And as I stated, we're going to go from cardinal to fixed to mutable. And hopefully we'll get everyone taken care of in this one fell swoop. Okay, but yeah, child. That right there is what I needed. Honey, that sable was sick. It had little hints of little silvery fur with the little black fur and then little hints of brown and everything. And listen, I know how people feel, the PETA action about, you know, the little minks and all that. I get that. But if I had to even do a vegan fur, it's gotta be fabulous like that. It's I already know what I need. Because I need to be in that, and I need to have on the nastiest pair of high heel pumps, and I need to be with my hair laid, deep finger waves, okay? Of course, the color that I like, okay? Ashy blonde with highlights and some highlights of gold, okay? Laid over with some deep finger waves, bitch, and I need to just be admiring myself and showing somebody what it's working with. Do you hear me? Girl or child or whoever, shit, that was it. I was looking cold, honey. I want cold. That thing was sick. Sitting in it, honey. Anyway, all right. We're going to go Aries, Cancer, Libra, and then we're going to end off with Capricorn for the Cardinals, okay? So let's go Aries first. What are the messages for Sagittarius season for Aries. Okay, the first card right here. Okay. Thank y'all for letting me tell you my little story as to how we got in the wind and got in the nursery that's in the sky. I'm going to talk more about it because I'm just so blessed to have these type of dreams and images that I can put into my literature. And you know, literature is a big love of mine. And I'm writing, and this really would be nice to see these things come to fruition. So, and I do dream in vivid, you know, action and color. So I even feel the things that I dream. I even smell too. Like my senses are fully engaged in my dreams. Okay. That's the second. Oh, you got 2 cards. Oh, you got 3 cards. So the second I pulled was 3 cards. I'm going to take them. And then the third. Aries, this is for the sun, moon, rising. Okay. So you got 5 cards all together. So there's some changes coming. Aries, number 5. Generally heralds some changes, which, you know, depending on your circumstance, that may be a good thing to have those changes come in. Okay, one more shuffle. And I'm using 3 decks just in case you guys know. Okay, so for the first card, let's flip it over. The first card, we got the Page of Wands. Very good. So this is preparing you for some changes. Page of Wands, for me in this situation, is that you may be faced with some new actions, okay? You're learning something. You are kind of like a, how can I say it? An apprentice, okay, of some new ways of doing things. So this Sagittarius season will give you opportunities, Aries, to apprentice in new areas that you're not very versed in, okay? So this is stuff that you maybe have been preparing for, but this is something that you're not normally, not at this level doing, okay? So right now you are going to be learning about actions. Actions, what they look like, what type of response they get, more conscientious about what actions get the job done, what actions delay, what actions put things on hold, or what actions block is what I'm being shown. Okay, so there's a theme around this month or this season, the Sagittarius season, around what opportunities do you have as it relates to learning about your actions, which, you know, if you're an Aries sun, moon, or rising, this season trines you, so it is an easy understanding. Is what I'm hearing. It's not. It's an easy flow of energy, so you will see in good record time what works for you and what doesn't, especially ahead of Capricorn season, which is a square to your energy. You're going to know what works and what doesn't work by the fruit of it, okay? So there won't be, oh, I do this action, and I didn't know that I was getting these results. No, you're very aware of the results, okay? And this will show it to you immediately, and learning what to do with one's actions, okay? And maybe even the results of said actions, all right? Generally, the page comes before a messenger, so maybe as you're learning, you're preparing also receive messages, which could be the actual results of said actions, right? So we can look at it that way. So this is going to be quite a busy time for you during Sagittarius season. So far, we're kind of off on a expedient start. We do have the Five of Swords, which talks about defeat. Okay, the Five of Swords, that we're pulling from the 3 cards that I pulled here. We have the Five of Swords, we do have the Seven of Pentacles, and then we have the Strength card, okay? So the Five of Swords tells us that it paired with the page lets us know maybe where the actions are. when we talk about the Page of Wands. What actions bring us to the Five of Swords? And that is either feeling defeated or being defeated, or it's a no-win situation, right? You're learning what actually is going to bring you into the winner's circle or what keeps you out of the winner's circle. And how we know that is that we have the Seven of Pentacles. And this is the type of progress. What is the actual, when you're talking about pentacles, okay, the Five of Swords are the way we think. Swords are your thoughts, right? The pentacles tell us what are the physical. We actually can see the physical, the money, the value, um, not what we are made to believe, the actual physical manifestation. How does the physical support the progress? Okay, so a lot of you, what I'm getting here with the page, you are learning how to avoid defeat or self-defeating or defeating situations in order to see actual progress or feel it, okay, or have the physical manifestation of progress, okay? Or this could also be progress that isn't threatened by something. It is weather um, weather proof, right? There's not something that can show up and then stop the progress of it, okay? It is built to last. How do we get it to last? Because pentacles also represent that as well. Something that is solid, okay? In structure. And the reason I say that is that we're moving from Taurus energy to now Virgo energy. Taurus is about the stability of a thing, okay? And Virgo is how it measures up. So when we see the Seven of Pentacles, it is what is the stability of this based on how it is going to, is it going to repeatedly provide you a payout, right? Is it going to repeatedly, and these are things that you'll be learning with the Page of Wands easily about one's actions, okay? It's all, the theme here is actions, okay? So you'll be seeing that. And then we have the Strength card here. And the Strength card tells us fortitude. And that's what I mean by the stability. And the Strength card is generally connected to Leo energy. How does this help you shine forth? Does this give you a steady burning fire and desire? Does this create a hearth where your fires can continuously burn? Or does the wind blow your fire out? Or could it potentially blow it out? Could the truth of a thing, could the knowledge, five of swords here, could the intellect of a thing change the steady burn of something? Do we need to be stubborn about this, or do we need to strengthen ourselves in a way to actually see the progress? Is there, the question I have for you, Aries, is there a weakness in you that makes it so that any progress you have can be blown away or blown out with the Five of Swords? To where we need to look at our true progress and say, you know what? Let me take an assessment of where I am. Where I am is solid, okay? But if I don't work on fortifying myself, if I am too gone with the wind, it could blow out my fires and thus reducing or unfortifying me or making me brittle. And brittle comes from sometimes a stagnancy, you know. You want things to be bendable, like bamboo when they're, it's strong. You don't want something to be hard, because if it's hard, it also denotes that it's brittle. And all it takes is one heavy wind or one hard pentacle or earth energy hit, and it shatters. Okay? So you want something that has the flexibility to take hits. It has the fortitude to sustain itself, and that it does not dent or put out your fire, is what I'm getting from this, okay? And then we have the Queen of Cups. So this is connected to either a water sign person. This could be even Leo is here as well. We have Leo. We have Aquarius energy. We have again Taurus, Virgo energy as well. Okay. And we also have your energy Aries. But the Queen of Cups here is your intuition. This doesn't have to be a water sign person. It could be you if you are a highly intuitive person. What is your intuition telling you? Are you listening to your intuition? Okay. This is going to be a key for you. This is the last card. So to help assist you in making the best of this season, you need to rely on your intuition, not ego, intuition, not fear, not worry, intuition. Okay? Not, oh, this happened in the past. Intuition. Intuition doesn't come from an injury. It doesn't come from, intuition can tell you how to prevent an injury, though, but it doesn't come from a wound. Okay? It can tell you what caused the wound, what is continuing to cause the wound. But it takes a level of where we have to remove the ego and we actually acknowledge that there is something within us that's trying to tell us and guide us that we're not paying attention to. Okay? And for this Queen of Cups to come up after these other cards, this is indicative of one's intuition needs to be sharpened by one's actions and to make good measure of how your actions actually produce results, because you'll know immediately. It's almost like an immediate karma. You'll know. Okay? How these things impact. And so I feel like Jupiter is giving you a gift to expand your awareness. Will you allow it, or will you be the inverted part of the strength card where we're so headstrong that we do not allow for new information to permeate and provide or to give perspective or facets. Remember, a diamond's only worth how many facets it has, right? So if you're not a multifaceted person, it's not worth a lot, right? If you're single faceted, it's not worth a lot. So it's not as it doesn't have dimension, okay? And so we want to make sure as we are moving forward that we're allowing the cuts that we get with the Page of Wands. Hold on one second. Ooh. And we want to make sure okay. Here we go. We want to make sure that what we're doing actually helps us move forward and and does not constrict. We got a bitch out here alone and does not constrict or reduce or take away any of our progress. Okay? Hold on, y'all. Shit. Whatsoever. Okay? So, we want to make sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that our restoration, our energy isn't temporary. It doesn't just flow with our ego. It doesn't just flow with our feelings. We actually look at our feelings of inadequacy. We actually look at why we're competitive. We actually look at our jealousy. We actually look at what makes us feel small and why we're so dependent, okay, on something else being small in order for us to be big, something else to be incorrect in order for us to be right. Why? Okay? Because if you don't look at that, if you don't exercise that, if you don't examine it, then it will fail to serve you. Okay? So turn to your Aries friends and say, hey, do you feel inadequate? Turn to yourself and say, do you feel inadequate? Is is this a result of being contrary because you don't feel right? If someone else's opinion and or expression of facts or information differs than yours, is the reason why you feel offended an expression of your insecurity of self? Because now when the actions actually show up, and mind you, this is an easy energy. When the actions show up and start to produce a result, or that, something that was done before only yields a temporary band-aid, and it doesn't actually stop it, it doesn't actually, pause it, it doesn't actually make anything permanent, it doesn't stop the flow of anything, it only stops your flow and further exposes it to you in painful revelations, right? When that happens, take the time, Aries, to really look at it, okay? Because I had a throat thing with Libra, which was directly across from you, and now it's happening with you. So whether you're listening later or you're listening now, you may not like the things that I'm saying because they're active in your life right now. But it doesn't make it less true. It actually makes it more true. So this, with the throat, I'm understanding that I'm speaking the truth because Taurus rules the throat chakra. I'm a Taurus moon. We also rule the start of a thing and the stability of a thing. So we can put a kibosh to the energy right away, right? We want to make sure that the efforts that we have actually have a chance to mature and have really good, like, growth, stability. Otherwise, if it doesn't, it's not going to really show up, especially as we come into Capricorn season, okay? Child, I ain't finna make no excuses for it. It is what it is. I'm a physical empath, so I can pick up on emotions and the physicality of a thing. And I'm just letting you know, I'm not finna stop talking about it. Okay? If you ask yourself if you fucking up, because it's going to come to you easier. If you're not, then this is a blessing. And so, you got to sometimes get off of that Aries Aries tick that you can have, where no one can tell you anything, right? No one can say anything. But then that's when you get out here and don't understand, well, why don't nobody want to be around me? Well, don't nobody want to be around you because you keep doing a thing and forcing it on people and they don't want it. And I don't care how many times you do it, you still don't want it. So Aries, work on that. For me to get that thing, just like with Libra, and I got on their ass, I'm going to let you know right now, Aries, I'll bust your head wide open. You do, rule the head. So, I don't want to have to cause you to get no aneurysm around this thing, but don't try that shit with me again. Okay? All right? If you come from the throat, I'm going for your head. Okay? Just letting you know. But I love you. All right, moving on to Cancer. So Cancer, hold on. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't give a fuck about that, baby. Aries, I'm sorry. If you sit down and listen to your intuition, you ain't got to listen to me. Your intuition and your reality will show you. Damn what I'm saying. If you don't listen to nothing else, listen to your intuition and look around. Does the environment show what it is that you want or not? Okay then. Enough said. Okay? Look at the physicality of the thing. Look at yourself. Do you reflect what you want? Does your physical reflect it? Does the things, your tangibles, reflect it? All right then. Well, that's the end of it. Shit, you ain't got to listen to me, but listen to your intuition, because it's screaming to let you know that this Capricorn season ain't going to be no joke. Okay? Carry on. All right, Cancer. So this is going to be 3 cards, hopefully. For Cancer, excuse me, Cancer. I had to go in on Aries for a minute. Aries been pissing off a lot of readers. I don't know why y'all come to tarot readings if you don't want to hear it. And you want an echo chamber, talk to yourself. The hell? Talk to yourself. Don't go to nobody and elicit advice if you don't want the truth. The fuck? Shit. Anyway, Cancer. I'm just saying. I'm going to have to work on some Aries and Libra magic on this motherfucker. Okay? Get y'all motherfucker in. Anyway, let's go. So let's see here. Let's get Cancer. Cancer. Right. This is going to be for your sun, moon, or rising. Okay? Sun, moon, rising. So Cancer, let's get your first card. 3 shuffles here. Don't worry, Cancer. We're gonna deliver it. Don't worry about the whole thing. Aries, you have to kind of get a little aggressive with them. You know, it's not a state of being. It's not what we want, but you know, with you, Cancer, it's whatever the emotions show. Okay, so that really is what it is. It your delivery is based on the emotion behind it, right? But when me as a reader, I start to pick up on something, and you know about that being very psychic yourself. When I start to pick up on something, I address it immediately, and then I also put it on the altar as well. So Aries is going up there with Libra. Okay, I don't play. I don't waste time. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna get your last card here. And so, if anything, that may even be a message to you, with you dealing with anything. Don't waste too much time. You've been in your experience long enough. You're not impulsive, so you've been in your experience long enough to know when something doesn't serve you. So when you get that message to work on it and get at it, then you want to do that because you're experienced and you know what it is that you're seeing and feeling. Okay? So your first card here, Cancer, is the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups is water energy, but it's not your energy. It's generally Piscean energy. So what this can tell us is that we have a pie in the sky kind of outlook. But Jupiter generally is exalted in the sign of Cancer. And I like this because it's light. And what I know about Cancer is that I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the 7 of Cups for you. And the reason why I'm not mad is that you are a super manifester. You're ruled by the moon, which provides us the ability to actually take what we're thinking and feeling and manifest it into reality. We also see that with those who have moon in Taurus, because then the moon is exalted, okay? So that's the connection between you and Taurus. You may even be connected with a Taurus or a Pisces, or have Pisces in your chart. I like to see this because what this means is that Cancer is feeling nostalgic. And Cancer doesn't like to always feel nostalgic, or you have to be inspired to be nostalgic in a way, right? This is a fantasy, and this is not, again, we don't see Cancer with these type of things. This is the fabulous. But it's also saying that you have choices and you have options, okay? And to choose your choices and options from a place of wisdom, because whatever you choose, you will manifest, okay? So just keep that in mind. In Sagittarius season, it's looking to expand, and that's expand you in whatever area that you invest your energy into. And so with so many different options, especially with the holy number of 7, we want to make sure that we are, again, encompassing our wisdom. We are in our intuition. We're looking at these things and we choose wisely, okay? So that's actually good. I like that for you. If it was any other sign, I would say, I don't like the 7 of Cups. But being that you are the type of person that knows, for the most part, outside of love, okay, that's your area, emotional vulnerability or emotional mastery. But when it's concrete things, if it's in the physical, if it's actions, if it's thoughts, you tend to know what is and what isn't as it relates to security. But by you having this nostalgic look at a thing, you're able to make concrete decisions, because you're seeing that whatever it was that you were doing brought you several options. But now, with these several options, you have also an expanded awareness to choose something that, if you don't elicit wisdom, it doesn't produce. It's being chosen from an injury, or it's being chosen from a void. We don't want to choose from desperation. We want to choose from a place of strength, stability, and also wisdom. And you're Gucci, okay? You're Gucci. And then we see the 5 of Swords again. Wait a minute. So, defeat. Okay. So, again, let me see this third card, because we got the completion, the 4 of Wands. All right. So, listen. Don't allow the past defeat to take away the joy of what's unfolding for you, okay? Don't allow feeling defeated in other areas to then take you off your journey or take you off your path in your goals that you have in front of you, okay? Seek the help you need to. Seek the meditation you need to. Seek the self-awareness training you need to help you mend that part of your life where you may have felt defeated. But do not stop. Continue to move forward. What I just advise in this season, because this is in conjunct to your energy, then once the sun moves into Capricorn, it's going to be completely opposite your energy, okay? And we want, if it's going to be opposite your energy, and this big spotlight is going to shine back on you, if you are a Cancer sun, moon, and rising, we want you to look fabulous in the light. Because with this 4 of Wands is a presentation, is what everyone can see per your actions, okay? And we want you to look fantastic. So, with the choices you have in front of you, do not choose from an insecurity, or do not choose from a place of contention. Do not choose from a place of vulnerability or a place of desperation. Choose based on a solid and sturdy and strong understanding of what you want in your life and how you want to show up in the world and what you want to show up for you. Okay, Cancer? So that's how we do that. And you're good to go. And this 4 of Wands right here is a great thing. It means that you actually can show up. And instead of showing up janky, faking the funk, you ain't got to fake it. It really is substantial. It's not something that's going to fall apart once everyone's not looking anymore. It's not something that we're presenting something that we make look good, but the reality of it is that it's not what it is. No. This is saying don't allow what you perceive to be a loss to then deter you from showing up and showing out. With the Seven of Cups, we know you have options. Don't focus on the inner place with this Five of Swords. And also this says that if one is operating from a place of injury, Cancer, it will defeat you and it will show up. It will be presented. It will be something we see. Okay? And you have too much wisdom, too much might, too much power behind you to make these more juvenile type of mistakes at this point in the game. Okay? So what you want to do here is take the energy from maybe what you perceive is what I'm being told as a defeat and channel it. Channel the wisdom, channel what you've learned into choosing from the many options the best option. So that way when you show up and you present, it is something that adds to the world and really represents what you stand for. Okay? And that's just where that's at. Okay? But that's beautiful. All right? I love it, Cancer. Godspeed to you. Okay? All right. And then we have up Libra. Libra, you pull that shit, I will pull your reading. You pull that shit Aries did. Aries, matter of fact, Aries, you're not getting a reading for you might leave you out for the next 2 sessions. Okay? I'm not sure yet, but you pull Aries, you're gonna have to go get yours from somebody else. Okay? I am known, I am the firing queen. I will fire you. And you will only be able to look for your other placements. But you will be missing all of Aries, okay? I will not. Yeah, I ain't gonna argue with nobody who don't want to hear it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I ain't gonna argue with you. I'll just stop doing it. Okay? So Libra, I hope you act right. Okay, one more shuffle for Libra. Let's work on my plate, okay? I am not gonna argue about that. I ain't mad about it at all. I will pull Aries to clean the fuck out of the lineup, okay? No skin off my teeth. Just letting you know straight up. Straight the fuck up. I'm gonna get one more for you, Libra. One more round you off with 4. Okay. Alright, and then the final one. Libra. And Libra, this will be for your sun, moon, rising. Okay. BB know what's up. I don't play. I do not play. I will pull Aries ass off, but I ain't gonna say I will never do it, but Aries, you'll be hard pressed to hear about your shit through me. And I ain't trying to make every Aries pay for it, but y'all better get y'all brethren and sisterin together. Or it could be, listen, every one person, maybe one person, but we have to stop saying that I'm just one person. You are a medium to the energy, okay? So though you may not be that way with me, somewhere in your life, that energy is showing up, right? And so with you, what I've learned, and then of course Saturn is the metaphysical remedy for Mars out of control. You know what I'm saying? Every time. Saturn. And y'all be so surprised, and I don't know why. It's like shit. It's the same shit every time. Anyway, the way that you do with Aries is that you just cut it out. Just cut them out, because you're not going to go and fight up against Aries. Aries is built to fight. Okay? You cut them out completely. That way it's not even, you just cut them out. That's how you do. That's a little secret right there. You're not going to outfight an Aries. That fuels them. Okay? You're not going to, if you're challenging, you're not going to outfight an Aries. You have to become Saturn. And Saturn, what does Saturn do? Restrict. You see what I'm saying? And if you stop it, that's it. And people be hating on Saturn, I'm like, but you're in Saturn's realm. That's like if we were in the Mars realm and we started hating on Mars, that's kind of stupid, right? Like, why? If the most powerful in this realm, why are you going to fight against the most powerful energy? Okay? So that's how you do that. If you ever have a Mars issue, you infuse Saturn. Not, Venus can't even do it. Venus is just a different spectrum of the same version split. You have to bring in Saturn. That's how you handle that. It works like a charm because Mars forgets. Mars doesn't retain. They forget. Okay? So for you, Libra, you have your first card out is the High Priestess. You then have the Queen of Wands. Ooh. And then you have the Star card. I love it. I love it. This is sextile in your energy. So this is really, really good. You have some things and some moves that you're making, Libra and Libra. You may have had some issues in the past here, and understand this. That's cool. It's not going to change how fantastic you are. It's not going to change how you're showing up in the world. Okay? If a person has an issue with it, even more so than ever, now that you're looking good, you're smelling good, you're taking names and giving orders and kicking ass, it's a moot point. Okay? You are headed to where you're supposed to go here with the Star card, and not only that, you understand now, which is really, really good. You understand where you need to heal, where you need to step out of your own way. You know why I understand that you know that is that in the middle of this, we have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands indicates determination. And in order for one to have determination, they have to know their value. They have to know their worth. They have to know that they can do it. And you're determined. You're creative. You are fiery. You are inspirational. And you are not fazed by anything that does not support who you are, what you have accomplished, and also where you're going. And we see this with the High Priestess. You have unlocked secrets to your own self. You have revealed to yourself cheat codes. And I think from what I'm seeing here, you also are withholding things. And knowing that, knowing how to work with that energy is the single most expression of love. And I love it for you. I love that for you. Okay? It shows here. It shows here. I'm sitting here looking at it. It's like you're learning about yourself on a deep, esoteric basis. And the way that this is showing up, it's not fake confidence. It's real confidence. There's a magic to you here. Okay? And you are, my dear, very much a shining star. Okay? You could be dealing with, we have Pisces. You could have Pisces in your chart. You have Aquarius here. And for me, I know that I like to assign the cardinals the queen position. But for me, and also too, now on this particular card, this could be an Aries. We're going to say this is an Aries, but I'm going to say this here. This could be your other half of yourself. But I want you to understand that whenever you see the Queen of Wands, indicated. You always see a cat. And that is key for me, connected to Leo. But respectfully, Leo's represented by the sun, and the sun is exalted in the sign of Aries, okay? So either way it goes, this is giving you the gusto, the determination, and not only that, the confidence. And that confidence translates into the star energy, okay? You are shining bright, my dear. So this Sagittarius season is proving to have you become aware of what makes you unique. And that's important for a Libra, because Libras can be, very concerned with partnership, very concerned with being the other half of a thing, with who they are bonded to in order to feel whole. But what I like about this is that there's nothing wrong with the partnership. We need that. We need the diplomacy. We need to have that person who understands how to bring people together. But this is more solid, because if you're in this type of energy, then now who you attract to you also has this kind of weight. Meaning, if they are lackluster, they can't stand next to you. They can't dim your light. You refuse to dim your light. And so this is what you're taking from your polar opposite, which is Aries. The determination that if, for instance, if you had a partner or friends who were hating on you, telling you you didn't have this, you didn't have that, they wasn't really bigging you up, they were being shady. Well, guess what? Your energy is lifting in such a way, in a vibration, where those influences start to be drowned out by your internal fire. They don't affect your determination. They don't affect the road you're going on. You don't even hear them. You don't even see them, because where you are is you're shining. You're the only light that you're going to notice is a light that is as bright as yours. So if someone else is dimmer, you won't even see them, because your light's going to outshine them. You see what I'm saying? So if they're not as bright as you, adding to the total brightness of a thing, then they are a non-factor as it relates to the results that you start to acquire. Okay? And this is beautiful. I love this energy. And I believe what assists you is that your ruler is moving through the sign of Capricorn. I understand that Capricorn squares you, but Saturn is exalted in your sign. So your relationship with that Capricorn energy, though it's a square, it's more of, and it's a gentleness. It's a little bit different than, let's say, the Capricorn Aquarius square, because those are two different types of energies that one supersedes, because Mars is exalted in Capricorn, right? So Mars puts, like Capricorn or Saturn puts Mars on. Or if you have the ability to put something on, you have the ability to what? Okay? All right. So with you put on Saturn. So you have the ability to, I would say, soften Saturn, or allow Saturn to be channeled through Venus, your energy, because they're similar. A lot of people attribute Saturn, and I'm going to say it till the cows come home, that this is a masculine energy. No. If it was a masculine energy, an opposite to it, an opposite would only strengthen it. Remember, in order to, for instance, if you know about cleaning clothes, Libras are really neat and into, keeping things neat and clean and tidy. When you have, let's say, a food stain on your clothing, for instance, right? You need a fat-based cleaner, or you need an oil-based cleaner. Oil dissolves oil. If it's a water-based cleaner, it's not going to even be able to break down or dissolve a greasy stain. So when you look at your detergent, it's an oil-based detergent, right? It has oil in it to then make the stain release itself, because it's essentially the same substance, but the cleaners and buffers in it actually help remove it and crowd around the particles so that when the water runs through the fabric, it releases itself from the hold of the fabric, right? If it's a grease-based stain, for instance, you use Dawn soap. Dawn soap has an oil base in it because you use oil-based cleaners to get rid of oil-based, like to clean up oil-based, spills or whatever. So my theory here is that if Saturn is exalted, okay, in this sign, this means that you have the ability to lift up the Saturn energy, which would then denote, right, that you have a solvent for the harshness that Saturn is. You have the ability to refine it, okay? All right? And so look at it that way. That's the alchemy of it, okay? Does it stop Saturn? No, but it makes Saturn what? More pliable. Does it destroy it? Well, you can't really destroy matter, or we all don't exist, right? Is what everything's made out of. But does it make it refined? Absolutely. Does it bring structure to beauty? Yes, because we're able to then make Saturn physicality, material. We can lend it to the idea, air, thoughts, your air sign, of what beauty looks like, what structure looks like, what it physically can be molded to. So Venus lends its beauty and its appreciation to Saturn to then physically produce it. So look at it that way, right? And so it strengthens Saturn through that, but it's like a similarity to it in order for you to exalt it, okay? There's a similarity. Now, Libra is inherently a masculine energy, but the way that it is masculine in its femininity. That's another way to look at this, okay? You have two Venus signs, but that's why I'm saying that. And then if we even look at how Capricorn exalts Mars, well, two male energies can't exalt. It has to be male and female energy to reach an exaltation, okay? Which is going to help us bring, I'm going to talk about the moon here shortly, but just keep what I said in mind, okay? But I digress, okay? So with that energy, it is able to bring it into, it is able to actually have direction, able to actually see its energy unfold itself, okay? And actually lead up and do something. It's not just moving, it actually has a blueprint to move with. It has something to show it where to curve itself. So just consider that, okay? Now, this unfolds beautifully, and with Saturn being in Aquarius, which is ultimately trining your energy, Capricorn season only exalts because of your energy and your light. If anything, there may be some refinement here or there, but ultimately it looks like it's going to be a wonderful holiday and going into 2022, okay? Especially with your ruler being in Capricorn, okay? This lends you that additional physical representation of how you see yourself and really showing up in your own life. And not only that, you lend yourself as a blueprint for us all. You're able to really show us about what we appreciate and how having the right and solid things that to appreciate, what that actually brings you, that what wealth it provides you with, and what knowledge it provides you with, okay? And also the right type of groups to mix with one another. That's also highlighted here, okay? So these are my theories, but I'm just going to say, Libra, this is a fantastic energy, all right? This is a fantastic energy, so Godspeed to you, honey. I love it. I love it. I really do. So happy Sagittarius season to you, okay? So, Capricorn, okay? We got Capricorn coming up, all right? So this is our first deck for Capricorn.
card here. Perfect. Okay. Second deck, Capricorn. All right. And then the third deck. Here we go. Okay. Oh, Capricorn. All right, here we go. First card out. Okay, first card out, we got Knight of Swords, honey. Okay, I already know. Okay. Okay. Capricorn, this is one of the fastest energies, okay? Especially if you got Gemini in your chart, child. Okay, Knight of Swords, you are here to give a message. You may even be receiving a message. It's going to be swift, it's going to be quick, and it's very sharp, okay? I would say this. Make sure that whatever it is that you're speaking, and that you're speaking quickly, informs, but also educates and provides the truth and intellect, okay? Also, too, what you're hearing, what is being said to you, make sure that it is of a high vibration, okay? Before you respond to it. Try not to give priority to anything unless it is a message that actually reflects something that you can use to actually improve you and bring you additional sight. So if that is refinement, absolutely. Okay? Here it's not always about the messenger, but the messenger can also denote to you what level of respect, okay? Do not hold back what you have to say. This is not the time for this to be your first card out. You need to say it the way it's supposed to be said. Set the tone, okay? You may have to say it a couple of times, but stand on it, mean it, okay? All right, and it will take you where you need to go. We also have the Chariot. So listen, this is Cancer energy, okay? The Chariot here says forward motion. So we have two moving cards. We have the Knight of Swords and we have the Chariot. So we are moving and we're moving fast. Communicate what needs to be communicated. Unsheathe your sword. Strike where it needs to be struck. Don't waste any time getting a motherfucker together and keep it moving. Do not allow any weight on your carriage that isn't supposed to be there. Make sure that you keep moving, and keep on your goals and where you're supposed to go. Right now, you may want to, by these things being present, what this tells me is that you, Capricorn, may hold back what you want to say. You may slow down because you don't know or you've been made to feel unsure about something. I'm going to say this right here. You know what to do with forward motion, all right? But what happens is that sometimes you may second guess a thing, okay? It's not time to do that. It's not time to turn down. The act of holding back your communication and your words and stating what it is and speaking things into existence has been the single most reason that you have not moved forward. You need to use your words to command and bend the air in your favor, to even lift up the chariot and have it move forward, okay? You want to communicate. You want to move swiftly, get momentum behind you, because just like with anything, you got to start, like an airplane, like anything that's going to take flight. You got to first start with a lot of momentum. Pick up speed, pick up speed, pick up speed, get the air behind you. And when you are picking up speed, let that air lift you right on up and get where you're trying to go, like a 747 Boeing, okay, like a jet. Get to where you're going and cut through all of the pretenses and whatever is holding you back. Slice it with the sword of truth, okay? No games to be played, all right? Okay? We're coming into your season. You do have the assistance of Venus. You have Pluto there. Pluto, listen, Pluto should have shown you what to do with immense amount of power and transformation. Let that wisdom carry you and lift you above, okay? Be the wind beneath your wings kind of energy, okay? So just keeping that in mind, all right? And you also pulled the star card. Now check that out. I'm going to pull an additional card because I do want you to have your own energy. But just keep in mind, you could be working with Libra, or if you're like me, um, my moon is progressed in the sign of Libra. In about a year and a half, my moon will progress into Scorpio. But right now, I have a progressed Libra moon. So you could have some Libra contact. This is especially poignant if you do. I have a Libra fifth house, and I have Pluto in Libra. So even the Pluto transit that I'm having with Pluto in Capricorn even delineates and activates my Libra fifth house. And the fifth house controls the sun. So my sun can sometimes look like Libra. It's weird, but it's true. It can have that flavor, but I'm very much Capricorn, right? But I do have Venus in Capricorn, so there's that too. And I'm a Taurus moon, so there's that too. So that's me. But I'm just saying for you, if you don't have Libra energy, you will have it makes sense for the star to be there, being that Venus is literally a star. Not a star, it's a planet, but the pentagram is Libra symbol, and also the Ankh is Libra symbol. I'm not Libra symbol, but Venus, the symbol for Venus is the Ankh. I don't know why anyone's not made that connection, but hello, Mayat, the balance, Mayat. Anyway, so nonetheless, the star quality energy would be with you, being that the ruler of Libra is transiting your energy now, okay? But let's get you another card to help bring gravity to this, okay? But yeah, it looks like by you opening your mouth and speaking clearly, cutting against the wind, cutting against any type of resistance with your intellect, with your mind, with your words, with your sharpness, you give momentum to your chariot, which is victory. And with the star card, you show up brilliantly, shining, okay, in time for your birthday season. And then we have luxury. We have luxury here, okay? We have the Nine of Cups. This is luxurious energy, okay? Very beautiful energy, okay? And it makes sense the collective will be experiencing this as well. So this is having not this is self luxury. Ooh, I like this one. The dream I had earlier, that makes sense for me, honey. In art, you have nine of freaking cups. Okay? Reject what doesn't work for you. Okay? Choose the option that is beautiful but is simple. Remember, luxury, the more luxurious something is, the less gaudy it is. Which, depending on if you are a student of fashion and you like Rococo, then Rococo is a little bit more, it's very ornated, right? But when we're talking Libra energy, and the reason why I keep bringing up Libra is the star card, and y'all both could be dealing with Aquarius, or it could be the fact that Saturn is in Aquarius, which is trine in Libra and is your ruler. Okay, so it makes sense that you both would have the star energy. What this tells me is that there is going to be a simple elegance. Go with the simplicity of a thing. It's not the time to be wooed by anything that is ornated or has overtures. Or if a thing is gaudy, it's gaudy, okay? If it's too much, it's too much, okay? You don't have to say it is, but don't let that, which for Capricorn, we really don't like things that are too gaudy and too ornated, too much. Like, we like it if it's luxurious looking and it makes sense, but if it's just too much and it looks like almost cartoonish, we don't tend to like it because it's not clean, looking. But with this energy, you want to go with simple elegance. The more simple and clean the lines are, and this could even be afforded to you as well, how you show up in the world, the more elegant and the more expensive, or the more valuable it looks. Not value like it's a discount. Valuable, like it adds value. It appreciates instead of depreciating. Okay, there's attrition in it, meaning the value goes up with ownership. Okay, because of its rarity. Okay, especially with Pluto being in your sign. Okay, a lot of this transformation that you've been going through for the last, I said 14 years, but I guess it's a 12-year cycle, so since maybe 2010. But for me, I say 14 years because of where Pluto is for me. I felt it before then. With everything you went through with this transformation, you have been refined. And simplicity also denotes sturdiness. It's just as strong as it is pretty or beautiful. It's just as strong as it is beautiful. That's it right there. That's the key word for you. Okay? So, say what you need to say. You understand the refinement. If I had to say there was anything that I didn't care for, is that if you repress yourself, or if you allow forces to attempt to repress you and let them repress you, how do you get your vehicle, your chariot moving? You won't have the momentum to sustain. You won't even be able to sustain the energy. You won't even be able to hop into the stream, the airstream, because you're not cutting through the muckety muck. Okay, it's kind of like when I walk through. Okay, you need to walk through. Okay, period. All right, and it's a little bit more aggressive than Libra, but that's probably what's going to be necessary. And especially with you having Pluto anchoring you, Venus there as well, you know how to transform a situation to refine it in your favor. So this is what you want to pull from and gather the expansion of that luxurious thing, or the beauty of it with the star card, or your healing, and with the luxurious Nine of Cups. Okay, I also got Four of Cups too. Some invitations you do not take. Okay, you got to cut through them. You got to cut them out. Okay, some invitations you have to turn down. Here is beneath you. Okay, and I hate to say it that way. I know that sounds harsh, but some invitations are people or situations looking to invite you into something that does not show, it doesn't exude the respect and honor that you have developed for yourself. Okay, and especially with that Knight of Swords, you being involved is going to be volatile with your energy. So it's better to just cut it out. You know what I mean? Or literally cut somebody out. Okay, child? Okay, so we're the next up. We just completed the Cardinals. Sorry it took so long. Listen, it is what it is. I had to kind of get into Aries ass. Aries, I'm not going to let you lay this shit down. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again. It is what it is. I had to get into their ass a little bit. Okay? It is what it is. So it took a little bit longer than I needed to. Okay? But we're going to go and head into the fixed portion. Okay? Fixed signs would include Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Okay? That's that energy. All right? So we're pulling 3 cards for each zodiac sign in Sagittarius season, okay? So let's get into it. Taurus is the first up, okay? One more for Taurus. Second card. I just thought about it. I'm having a Venus return. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I'm looking at it. Okay. I am not mad at that at all. Okay. Right. All right. So we have, ooh, Taurus. I like your cards. Okay. The first card we have here, which makes sense. Uranus is an interesting energy, especially when you had the sun in Scorpio, okay? So Taurus, you're coming off of the 5 of Cups, all right? All is not lost, okay? And the 5 of Cups can have us so focused on the 3 cups that spilled over that we don't even see the beautiful 2 of Cups, the Cancer energy or the moon energy, which is exalted in your sign. We don't even see that standing behind us because we're so worried about the 3 of Cups that fell down. In the tarot, the 3 of Cups generally denotes, yeah, it's a celebration. Yeah, it can talk about friendships, but for a lot of times it can talk about third-party situations, or it can even speak of being triangulated. Okay? So some of you Tauruses may be lamenting right now after Scorpio season and the exposure that came with that. Situations in which, involved you with someone and it being triangulated by another person. Okay? And how that made you feel and how it made you feel is related to your value in yourself. But it may have not even just happened. It could have been a series of events or themes that you've experienced. But what you're failing to see is that there are 2 cups behind you. Okay? Not only that, they're filled with elixir that was able to sustain the rumble that took place. Okay? So apparently there's more viscosity or density to the fluids, which lends itself to being better or concentrated. There's more worth in the 2 of Cups or the future and your new beginnings than there was in the looseness and the lackadaisical and the, temporary party that's over. Okay? Whatever it was, it didn't take your all. It just took away from you that which didn't have a lot of weight to it. It was more of a distraction than anything. Okay? So let the 3 of Cups fall over. Okay? Let those options that didn't have a lot of weight, or it wasn't as juicy, it wasn't as saucy, it didn't have the thickness to it, something that denotes value. Let that, you know, flavorless shit fall the fuck over. In other words, I know that the sun is in Sagittarius and is in conjunct your energy, but this is a time of opportunity for something to take place that you were not expecting. In conjunctions bring things that we don't expect, depending on our energy. Okay? They are signals of the direction we're going in that we may not necessarily be aware of. And this time, you're not necessarily aware of this. And in conjunctions can be severe. But the severity for you in this case would come if you spoiled your opportunity with these Two of Cups by focusing on something that never could be. It was invalid. It was fake Gucci, and you got real Gucci. Um, you know what I'm saying? It was a a personator. It wasn't the right thing. It wasn't the solid thing. It wasn't what you were looking for. It couldn't sustain you. And you can be replenished with these Two Cups that you have left. And not only that, these Two Cups are something that you can share in a one-on-one situation with someone who actually matters. Instead of being, instead of, giving to people who can't pour into your cup. Okay? Apparently, because 3 cups are spilled, but there's still 2 cups here. So still you have something that can be of value now that you've learned the wisdom of what was to come from focusing on those 3 cups that really didn't have what you needed. This is like a safety net. So take it and make the most of it. And understand that the value, the weight is in this option. And it clearly wasn't there. Okay? So kind of look at it from that perspective. And the reason I say that is that you have now the Two of Pentacles, which is flexibility. Now, we're moving out of being in a fixed position, which your energy can lend itself to. We are moving around and we're starting to be more flexible with our options, okay? It also lends us to stretch, lends us to ask for flexibility. Where are we rigid, okay? And this is going to challenge that rigidity where you see, okay, being more flexible in this, being more understanding that I do have value, and I have enough value to where I don't have just one pentacle or one coin, I have 2. Now, which coin or which piece of currency is going to actually gain me access to what it is that I actually want? Eventually, we move into the 3 of Pentacles, but that's after we have brought stability to ourselves, one of the pentacles, and another pentacle, which is what we bring in. And then we bring a third to actually make something work. The third is the outcome. What do we do with the resource? All of this is Capricorn energy. So as we go through Sagittarius season, let Sagittarius season help mend you and show you the true value in what is still here. Because what's still here actually held more value and survived the test of time. And now you have something you can actually wheel and deal with. 2 of Pentacles also talks about that. Barter and trade with. That are of value. Okay? It can also mean that you have 2 means of income to which you can go in between. And those things will help add weight and value to you. It can also say that you're juggling people, okay? Which also kind of denotes that there is an inherent value in you because you're having to choose. But remember, you can't get where you're trying to go if it's predicated upon a partner, okay? Or if all of your attention is going into trying to balance and add solidity to two different things, okay? Juggling would denote that you're holding on. So if you're too busy juggling, you can't actually make use of either option or either coin. So you do have to come to an understanding. I have to choose something that is substantial, that will then multiply me, this person, and we actually can work together towards building something. Or if I'm constantly juggling, I'm going without, this person's going without, this other person's going without, and we just are going to end up going without together, but going separate ways. And we didn't really, there was no progress. There's no purpose to it, okay? So for this to come up, it's a substantial thing. So it's time to make use of what it is that you're juggling and allow it to bring you back more value instead of distracting you from what it is that you need to do and get into work, okay? So those are just some thoughts. But the good thing is that we do have the Nine of Pentacles, which goes back to who got the Nine. The Nine of Pentacles showed up in a different deck, but for the collective. So if you did not listen to the collective because you came straight to Taurus, you may want to rewind and go back to the collective reading and look at that and get you an additional word as to what is available for us all. No matter what reading I did for your individual sign or not, it's available to us all. The Nine of Pentacles here is so much gain. It's personal gain, personal value. It shows that one first has wisdom, one knows what to invest in, and one knows how to garden. We'll say that. One knows what seeds to plant and what seeds will actually yield a profit, will actually yield a bushel, will actually yield not just one time, but every single season. You can gain from this particular ingenious way of harvesting and planting for yourself in the present and in the future, okay? And so this is really cool. But again, the key to this is to not focus on the three cups that have spilled over. When you have Two of Pentacles, when you can kind of flex yourself out of the situation, you still got two cups standing. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles, which denotes planting seeds. This means that no matter what we perceive with the Five of Cups, emotionally, the actual actions and or resources the whole time is what enabled you to not lose every cup you had and actually brought more value. Meaning that if it wasn't for the loss of the Three of the Cups, you wouldn't have been able to capitalize. If anything, other people would have been capitalizing off of you, thus rendering you not as valuable as the Nine of Pentacles shows here with the Gain card. So keep that in mind, Taurus, okay? I hope that makes sense. And again, Venus is trining your energy, but Pluto is too, and you have Uranus. So Uranus is going to end and put a stop to anything that keeps you from innovating and moving forward and actually becoming more aware and self-sufficient, okay? So there's a lot of promise on the horizon. And if you're coming out of a Five of Cups period, understand why you are now deserving of this new harvest, okay? Love you, Taurus. We are moving into Leo. So Leo, we're going to pull you 3 cards. There we go. One more for Leo. One more. Here we go. Here we go. We have the Knight of Wands. Leo's on the move. Okay, Leo's on the move. We have the Ten of Cups. You damn right. Ooh, I love it. You got the Ten of Cups here. Contentment. You are, yes. You are feeling solid. And then we have success with the, what is this? The Six of Pentacles. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's talk about it, Leo. Leo, you too fly for school. Just like Capricorn, you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it in motion. You got to keep it rolling, 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 okay? Leo, you don't have time to be sitting back worried about all of these other things when you've done the inner work, okay? You have to use your momentum, okay? And it ain't no have to. If you don't, it's going to fold into itself. You ain't got time for that. You don't need no backfiring going on, okay? That momentum is actually taking you into a place where you not only are you satisfied emotionally with yourself, but this is a group of satisfaction. You are supported. You are well loved, okay? People are showing up for you, and you have the ability to show up for your people, okay? And this is going to be marked by pure success, Leo, okay? Pure success, okay? With the Six of Pentacles. You now know what to give to, and you know your value. So can't nobody come to you giving you what you're not value, what is not your value. And furthermore, can't nobody come to you and take advantage of your charity. Okay? You are charitable, but you ain't nobody's fool. Okay? And so you are really shining and shining bright. And not only that, we are behind you, we are supporting you. We will give you the gas, but you don't need it from us because you are represented by the sun. You are pure energy, okay? So keep moving, keep shining so bright, okay? I'm so happy to see this, that anything that was in the shadows is a non-factor. If it does not suit you, it can't be with you. Okay, so this is a beautiful season for you. This is you getting accolade after accolade, and all of us are excited to crown you. Wherever you go, you're getting crowns. People are putting the coat of victory over you. People are giving you praise, bringing you flowers, 12 dozen roses, whatever. We are so excited for you because you represent for us all what success and what hard work and what being open and being happy and being real about your happiness and being and believing in yourself actually can produce, and what shining brightly can do for your confidence. Okay, the shadows are no longer a factor for you. You're in the light, and I am excited. Okay, Leo, this is beautiful. Sagittarius season is going to be awesome for you. Okay, Godspeed, my dear Leo. Now, I got to do a part two. When I come back, I'm going to come back with Scorpio, Aquarius, and then we have 4 mutable signs. Give me no more than 45 minutes. I will be back for the second part, and we're going to get it in, okay? This is your girl, Nala-Ife, signing out for Nala-Ife Talks Live. This is our last reading we're doing on this channel. When you guys see me doing these readings again, you'll actually see me in the cards, okay, on our new channel. So make sure that you subscribe to Nala, the Neptunian, and also subscribe to the Naughty Neptunian. I'll see you guys in less than an hour, and we'll go with part 2, okay? Love you. Mwah. Peace. And Aries, don't you ever come up here with that funky-ass energy. I'm going to end up fucking you up, okay? Because I know who it is. And don't make all the other Aries suffer because you don't want to listen. You ain't got to listen to me. Just stop coming up and through here and getting mad. Because I'm going to tell you what it is. All right? All right? Anyway, love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.